The spotted gar is a species of freshwater fish that is found throughout much of North America. It is one of the most common freshwater fish to be found here in Louisiana, being found in rivers, creeks, lakes, occasionally ponds, even venturing into brackish water. Unlike their giant, more well-known cousin the alligator gar, spotted gar are rather small in comparison, typically averaging around 2 feet. 3 feet is a common max for the species, but they have on rare instances been caught at 4 feet. This is a fish that I'm very familiar with and I've caught many of. I would like to catch a large specimen of one of these fish to show you. My hunt starts in Covington, Louisiana on the lower reach of the Abita River. This is a spot that I know holds some absolute monster spotted gar.
I got one. Didn't even run with the bait. Actually got one. This fish didn't even run with the bait. I was just reeling down, tightening up the line, and I feel this guy on the end. I actually got one. I was just reeling in this bait to see I was gonna recast it, and then I felt weight down there. But that's our fish. That is our fish. That's not the size we're looking for, but that is definitely the fish we are looking for. That is the spotted gar. See if we can get him over here, get the hook out of him, and see if we can get some so get a good look at him. All right, so we managed to get the hook out of him, and that is the spotted gar. And if there's anything to know about these fish, is that they just do not stop fighting you. It's like a wet bar soap. Gar are actually pretty slimy customers, and they're pretty hard to hold on to. But they can be out the water for a long time, very long time actually, because they breathe air. But I would like to get him some water so I can take care of him. Getting to the water is pretty tricky though, because this is all mud. Wash him off, give him a little drink. Alright, you see why they call him spotted gar. See those spots right on top of his face? In clearer water situations, the spots will be pretty clear, but this is pretty muddy water, so the spots are pretty fainted. But this is about an average size spotted gar. Not the monster we're looking for. I'm so happy. Ah, man. See, these fish are just so hard to hold on to. No matter how tight you hold these fish. Like I said, they're just slimy customers. But that's about advertised. It's about 25 inches long. But I've been seeing them coming up out here twice this guy's size, 2-3 times this guy's size. And that's the ones that we're looking for. That's the ones we want to get. But I've been out here for about 5 hours and finally got myself a spotted gar. Finally got a gar out here. This is my first gar off this spot in years. I haven't been fishing under this bridge in years. This is my first gar out here in this spot for in a long time. But first fish beat the skunk. Not a bad way to start. Here I'm probably gonna be leaving soon. But we're gonna get him back in the water. He should swim back fine. Just gonna kind of toss him. There he goes. And there he goes.
Unfortunately, I was unable to go back to the river,
We actually have a gar.
given the drought that we are
Swimming right
currently
at the
having.
surface there.
A lot of the bigger fish have migrated out of that spot and further downriver
Swimming right
outside
at the
of my
surface here.
reach. So I decided
Let's
it'd
see
be a
if we
good
can get him
idea
to
to go to a
bite.
pond that I know of that also holds some massive spotted gar.
Here he is right here. Not a huge one, but we have our first gar of the morning. Oh, 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 he's got it, he's got it. Open bail. He ran with it. He's running with it. He is taking off. He is taking off. I gotta re-spool my reel very soon. But he took that quick. He's probably up in here hunting something. But he is just flying line off my reel here. All right, he stopped. I'm gonna turn the anti-reverse on now. And he's still going. Still going. I'm wondering if he's gonna spool me. I don't have much line on this reel. Yeah, I might have to wind up setting into him pretty soon here, because I don't have much line on here left. But he is just hauling. He was just hauling. If he runs again, I'm gonna just set. I'm gonna turn the anti-reverse off. Oh, I feel him starting to tighten. Oh, he must be trying to eat it now. He must be trying to eat it. There he is. Come on, take that line. As soon as he tightens up, I'm gonna set him. Come on. I think I might just set him. I think I might just set him. There we go. No. There we go. He's on. Oh, it came off. No. What happened? What happened? It came off. Oh, I see bubbles over there. He must have ran me into a tree. Yeah, hook's still there. Man, he was on. He was on, man. I don't know what happened there. I see bubbles over there. I think that's where he was. I think he might have ran me up into a tree. That's like the third time I got ran into a tree by a gar this year and lost him. Man. All right, so we've got a bite here. Got a bite going. Oh, did he drop it? Oh, he freaking dropped it. And I was just thinking about recasting this too. Yeah, he must have dropped it. Really didn't take a look at it. I'm gonna toss it back out there. Maybe he'll come back for it. Had the bait for less than a minute and then he decided to drop it. I don't know. I don't know. Toss it back out there. Hopefully he'll come back for it. We got a fish on here. And we've been having a lot of bait drops. So hopefully this one doesn't drop the bait and I can hook into him. I've been seeing a pretty decent sized gar come up in this spot, so that's probably what this could be, hopefully. This fish took a crappie head. Had on the bottom. Had a float rig on here, but the wind just kept blowing my float over to the shallow water, not keeping it in one spot. Yeah, I still feel them there. I'll go ahead while he's doing that. Tighten on my drag. Anti-reverse on. There he goes. Oh, no, never mind. No, it came off. Damn. Man. Man, this is hard. Gar fishing is so hard. Look at the way he chewed it up. Oh my goodness, look at that hook. He bent the hook. Look at that. Bony him out some gun. Man. All right, so I just came back to my rod and something's on here. There we go. Oh, that's a catfish. That feels like a catfish. That feels like a catfish. Is it? I might be wrong. I might be wrong. It is a gar. We finally got a gar. Came back. Oh man. To a gar on the other end of the line. Finally got a gar. Not a big one, not the monster we're looking for. But we finally got a gar. Oh, he's bleeding too much. He probably swallowed the hook. That's right, that tiny hook shouldn't kill him. Well, I guess that answers what the gar are doing in this spot. I was wondering if I would actually get a bite on the bottom out in the middle of the pond, and sure enough, actually the hook's in his mouth. I don't know why he's bleeding. I can see the hook. So I don't know why he's bleeding. Let's go ahead and net him. Wow. Look at the jumps, man. There we go, we got a fish. Only took 4 hours. Only took 4 hours. Yeah, I can see the hook. I don't know why he's bleeding. Alright, let's hurry up and get that hook out of him. And we can you can get a proper look at him. Pliers in here. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, it's in his mouth. It's not swallowed. Ah, come on. Come on, it's coming out. There it is. Oh, he bent that one too. Damn, these hooks ain't shit. Alright, there we go. Ah, that is a decent sized spotted gar. Pond gar. Try not to hold him too high because these fish flop all the time, flop like crazy. Yep, pretty spot. You're just not gonna let me hold you, are you? So he's got a bit of blood coming from his mouth, but that's all right. That'll stop bleeding soon. I was worried that the hook might have gotten his gills because I saw blood coming out of his mouth while he was fighting him in the water. But gar blood, for those who don't know, is actually poisonous. Gar have poisonous blood. Their eggs are also laced in poison. And everything about a spotted gar is just like meant for animals not to eat them. Their blood is poisonous. Their eggs are laced in poison. There's even mercury inside of their meat. It's recommended to not eat spotted gar. If I was to get some of that blood into a cut, it wouldn't do anything serious, but it would burn a good bit. I've had that happen before. Now, with everything I said about this fish is with all gar species except the mercury. I've only heard about mercury being in the meat of spotted gar, not alligator gar, long-nosed gar, short-nosed gar, Florida gar. I've only heard that being in the meat of spotted gar. But this is a good sized fish, but not the big one that we're looking for. Let's get him back in the water. All right, buddy, shoot. There he goes. Got a tree. Oh, I got a catfish in a tree. Look at that. Got a bullhead catfish in a tree. It's a pretty big bullhead. Okay. There's the tree. And there's the catfish. I thought that felt like a pretty catty run. He probably swallowed the bait. Bullheads are notorious for swallowing baits, but normally I can get them ungut hooked. But these guys bite. I'll tell you that right now. These guys got a bite to them. So it's not gonna be pleasant unhooking this guy. Put him in the net. I don't want to put him on the ground and get him all dirty. Cause I would like to show y'all this fish up close after I unhook him. Yeah, I had a run go off and then it just stopped. So it just tightened up. And yeah, he was on the other line, on the other end of the line. And bullheads have a reputation of doing that. They'll just run for a little bit, take you into a tree, eat the bait. They just won't move. They just won't move. So you wouldn't even think that you had anything on the other end. All right, so these guys, he's gonna bite me. So we gotta go in through here. See the hook there. And gotta turn. Come on. Surprised he's being a well-behaved catfish. He hasn't bit me yet. Okay, so that's not working because these forceps are bending. Try the pliers. There it is. Come on, there it is. All right, there's the hook. Ah, there's the bite. So this is the yellow bullhead catfish. These guys are really common in ponds all across the southeast. They don't get too big. They get up to about 16 or so inches. The biggest one I've caught is about 16 inches, and that's a huge one. They normally average about a foot long. These are quite tasty catfish too. In my opinion, bullheads are probably the tastier of the catfish that we get down here. Bottom feeder, just like most other catfish, as you took that that piece of bluegill, cut bluegill I had on the bottom. And like I said, these guys are notorious for biting. They haven't really got teeth on the inside of their mouth. They've got all these tiny little teeth that kind of rasp your fingers, kind of like sandpaper. But they've got a bite to them. Like, I've had these guys draw blood in my fingers, my fingers sometimes. This guy's being really well behaved though. He hasn't bit me too bad yet. But they've got a pretty strong bite. They've got a pretty strong bite. They're pretty vicious. And I think I'm actually gonna keep this catfish. So we're gonna go ahead and get back to fishing. Get another bait out there.